everybody! I'm here today to show you 5 driving lines on the road that you need to know. That's right, I'll be going over 5 lines that have to do with driving, and you'll find them on the road, and you should know about them. Now, these are the lines where I live, and I'm going to assume that they're probably present where you live and where you drive as well, but they might be slightly different depending on a few factors. So take these with a grain of salt, but I'm going to explain what the lines look like and what they mean and why they're there, basically. So number 1 is a stop line, and that's probably going to be present everywhere around the world. It's just going to be a line on the road that represents a line that you have to stop before. Now you can see I drew an intersection here with little lines for the divisions of the lanes, and then the stop line is going to be on the right side because I drive on the right side where I live. The stop line is just a sort of a perpendicular line right in front of where you're driving, and usually it's going to be accompanied by a stop sign or a red flashing light, something else that's going to tell you to stop. But it's just a line that goes across where you're driving, okay? And it's a nice thick line, so you should be able to see it, okay? Like I said, take these with a grain of salt because these are all where I live, but probably going to be present where you live as well. Number 2 is the center driving line. Now this is usually going to be a yellow line, and it's going to be down the center of the roadway, and it represents a division of the directions of traffic. So in this case, you know, this lane would be going like this, and this lane would be going like this. So that yellow line in the middle of the roadway would represent that, you know, on either side of this line, traffic is going in different directions, okay? Number 3 is a lane change line or a lane divider line. Now in this example right here, you can see that in each lane, so this thick line would be the yellow line in the middle of the roadway. And then in each direction, we have 2 lanes. So in this lane over here, these people would be going, both lanes would be going this way, and both lanes would be going this way on this side, okay? So that is going to be a white dotted line where I live, and that represents the division of lanes in which the traffic is going the same way on both sides of those white dotted line, okay? Of that white dotted line. Number 4 is going to be a passing line. Now this one is a little bit more complicated. So as you can see right here, we have the roadway right over here, okay? Then the thick line represents a solid yellow line, and the dotted line that's ever so close to the thick line represents that one direction can pass. One direction can cross over to pass the cars. So in this case right here, these cars would be driving this way, and these cars would be driving this way. When it is safe to do so, that dotted line on this side of the roadway represents that these cars can go ahead and pass like that, okay? But when it is safe to do so, okay? You can't just pass whenever you want. You have to make sure that it's safe to do so. Last but not least is number 5, which is a crosswalk line. Now this is going to look different everywhere in the world, but basically, as a rule of thumb, it is a set of thick lines that go across the roadway completely. So a stop line only went across your driving lane, okay? Whereas the crosswalk line goes across the whole roadway, and usually you'll have some X's on the road. Usually you have some flashing lights or some lighting around it, something that represents the crosswalk, some signage, a pedestrian crosswalk. There might be a zigzag across it. There's a whole bunch of different versions, but as a rule of thumb, it is a set of thick lines that go across the roadway the entire way. That's it. Those are 5 driving lines that you should know about. And like I said, these are what they look like and what they represent where I live. You got to take this information with a grain of salt because it might be slightly different where you live, but definitely it's going to be very similar. Yeah, and that's basically it. Do your research, learn more about the lines where you live, and use this video as sort of a general guideline to guide your research. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.